Hail, bird of prey. 5. Hail, Karuga.
Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird O' Prey 5 channel. Hail Karuga.
Hello world, it's Bird O' Prey 5 Qapla, and welcome to Enterprise Wednesday for May 3rd, 2023. Today we are here to watch Star Trek Enterprise Season 2, Episode 5, A Night in Sickbay. And yes, this is the episode you've heard about so much. It is widely regarded as the best, as the second, as almost the worst episode of Star Trek Enterprise. In fact, some people have said it's only worse, or it's only better than Threshold and Spock's Brain. But, those are just opinions, and opinions are like certain orifices. Everybody has one. I always enjoyed this episode. It's a Porthos heavy episode. And,
but the question is it better than Move Along Home?
To me it is. It has its naysayers. And by the way, welcome Mr. Londell, and welcome Captain Fandom Nerd, Qapla.
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 It has the guy who plays Admiral Forrest. I forget his name off the moment, but he is reprising his role as the captain of the Kreetassa aliens that were from the Bakula episode. He's the only person we recognize. He was the captain there. Now he's the guy in charge. And Enterprise is visiting their planet, and Captain Bakula has to go down and visit. Hey, Scotty, Qapla.
Qapla, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So Captain Archer has to go down and revisit with these people. And yes, Vance Armstrong, that's his name. He reprises his role as the Cartesian captain from Bakula. He's mostly known as Admiral Forrest, but this is the one alien who plays more than once in Enterprise. And I've got some info on the number of beagles. Actually, 2 different beagles were used in filming this episode, plus some puppet animatronic beagles, which unfortunately a lot of parents wrote in that their kids were afraid the Porthos was dead because of the fake beagles being used in some scenes. Obviously couldn't move, and they thought the beagle was in distress or dying. And, just the filming, I mean, the scenes that the beagle was in, the live beagle, were in rooms where nobody, even the trainer, couldn't be in. So they had severe risk. They didn't know if the beagle was going to be able to do what he was trained to do, because he'd always been able to do it in the presence of his trainer. And Breezy was the name of the main beagle being used in this episode, and Breezy did very well. They had to figure out at one point how to get Breezy to lick Captain Archer's face. So if you know anything about beagles, they figured out the best way to do that.
Bacon grease.
What exactly? They put food. They put food all over Archer's face, and so the beagle, as soon as he jumps into, or she jumps into Archer's arms, she just starts licking up the food on his face that we couldn't see. Anyway, so that's what we'll see today. Let's check the chat. John Araki, number 1 in the chat, Qapla John Araki, says Wednesday's nap stream. I'm awake today, John. I think I'll be awake.
You sound more awake than today.
I do, yes. Oh, I will tell you, on Sunday, I was out of it. I was out of it on Sunday. And then that was even before the flood, so it was even worse later. I spent most of the last 2 days sleeping.
You have to be awake, because this is considered, like, I've had the pleasure of being on 2 of the best episodes of Star Trek ever. The first one being Amok Time on Anti-Derivative Jill's channel, and now we get to watch. We get Porthos, who is obviously one of the best characters in all of Star Trek.
I agree. Although I was supposed to put out a video about Spot, but it got backed up.
Oh, Bird.
The Random Menace with a 31-month super chat.
Yay.
31-month friend of Kuroga super chat. Says, greetings from the future. Thank you for the birthday song for our girls on Monday. I fell asleep before you sung. Sunburn is a bitch. It's no problem, Random Menace. And thank you for hearing and listening later when you did. And I hope the sunburn at this time of year, it's a bad start, but I hope you feel better.
It's a base tan.
Yeah. LDG at Free the Net says, this episode. Richie Poole says, Qapla. And Richie says, I'm sure Sassy won't mind if I borrow her emoji in support of poor Porthos. No, she will not mind. Neither will Breezy or Windy, who was the backup for Breezy, the backup beagle. Right. And this is a different dog. In the first episode, Porthos was played by a male beagle.
How could you tell?
Well, apparently some TV viewers objected to a male beagle, and they changed it out quickly for a female beagle, even though a female beagle continued to play the male beagle's part. So the first trans beagle was played by in Enterprise. So always breaking new ground. Richie Pools says save Porthos. Absolutely. Josh Street says Lato Prey 5 is late time. No, it's not late. Is late time to get Berto Prey 6, formerly known as Charlie, to start the stream. Mr. Londell's Groovy Movie says Qapla, Mr. Londell. Richie Pools says Charlie did attempt a coup when he interrupted Bird's uninterruptible power supply. Bird should be wary of the future attempts. That kid has his eye on the throne. Indeed. And Scotty, you said ahoy. Ahoy, Scotty.
I did. I wanted to know, who do you think would win in a fight, Spot or Porthos?
That's a good question. Are beagles susceptible to the Vulcan nerve pinch?
Or what if they got along like peas in a pod? What if Spot and Porthos were best of friends?
They might be. Spock could see Porthos and say, you're a very logical creature with such big ears.
Like, I've known cats and dogs to live together happily. And so, you know what? I retract my question of who would win in a gladiatorial fight. I imagine that they high five on a daily.
I agree. John Street says, Richie Poole, the power was cut by the Krogan orphan miners who were promised better working hours and food by Berto Prey 6 if they helped him overthrow Berto Prey 5. John Street says, A Night in Sickbay isn't this the episode where Porthos gets sick after shore leave on that dog world? Well, it's not a dog world. Scotty, you said, I've always heard this is a cringe episode I must witness with an audience. Well, you picked the right place.
Great.
Captain Fandom Nerd says hello. Hello, Captain. John Street says there is no game and puts a link to a game on Steam that is called There Is No Game. Thank you, Josh Street. I've checked it out. I put it on my wish list. I'll look at it more at some other time. I then put in a link to the screening room. If you're new here, whatever, and you want to watch the episodes live with us, go to bertopray5.com/SR, and you'll watch the actual episodes while we're live. If you're watching this after the fact on repeat, rerun, you'll have to find your own copy of Enterprise, either on DVD, Blu-ray, or from a streaming site.
I would recommend the Blu-rays.
Yes. Yvette says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Good evening to lovely Yvette, who is back after a brief absence.
Hey.
LDG puts in some numbers, 2x, reminding everybody to move to 2x speed in YouTube to catch way up. Kronos says, Qapla World, Qapla Kronos. And LDG says the series finale was the worst. I agree. And this is not Move Along Home. You're nuts.
Ella Moraine.
Kronos says, I have an opinionated a-hole. I'm sure you do, Kronos. LDG says, great episode with the nature freaks. Kronos says, I pee on Bird's tree, a.k.a. Jaloja. And Kronos says, Scotty do.
Scotty does.
Resolute Germ says, hello all. Qapla Resolute. Hope you're doing well. Josh Reed says, Scotty Bird needs more power. Scotty, Bird needs more power? Or Scotty Bird needs more power? Actually, Mamo Frey just 2 minutes ago finished telling me that a bird on a power line was blamed for the power outage over the weekend in my area. Over 1,500 houses lost power because I guess a bird landed on the wrong wire. I assume the bird didn't make it, but they. Oh, it said all the birds made it. I think that's how. If the birds made it, how is it that the power died?
So we have electric birds now.
I think that's just wishful thinking. The bird that probably took it out probably just disintegrated.
But also, if you do happen to find a 7-foot giant superpowered electric bird, we know where it came from.
Yeah, that's true. Kronos' animatronic beagle bites. Maybe animatronic was the wrong word, since he doesn't move. It is a disturbing scene. LDG says, thanks, Bird. Yvette didn't know they used puppets. They're not puppets. They're
animatronic.
They're not puppets you need to worry about. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. Why did you edit the episode to turn Porthos into sassy? I made no such edits. Kronos says, does Yvette have a Y? Who knew it was silent? Don't check the chat. Sunday, says Kronos. Okay. Kronos says, you really had to work hard there. Why is Bird ignoring? Resolute says, I always seem to be here for the really good and the really bad episodes. You're just lucky, I guess. Kronos says, lol, trans beagle. Wow, the world really has gone to hell. And he could use
Brain in Inspector Gadget is now trans.
Brain in Inspector
Gadget? Brain, the dog from Inspector Gadget who used to help out Penny. Yeah, no.
I did not know.
Totally
I forgot all about the dog.
Yeah, everyone does.
Oh, the dog's a hero. Brain's the hero.
Shiro.
Wow. Darth Maul says, Livingston.
I'm so sorry.
Picard's fish wins. Kronos' Bird, you'll never see this. I see it. It's been a long road. I know it has. Kronos doesn't see Yvette. Don't worry, she's here. Sean Carter says, hi, all. Welcome, Sean. Kronos says, hey to Mamo Prey. And Kronos reminds us, don't pee on the electric power line.
Good advice.
Grezu says, yeah, story sounds totally legit. Dan Ben is here. Welcome, Dan Ben. Hey, Dan. The lovely Sherry, Qapla, the lovely Sherry.
Lovely Sherry.
Darth Maul says, the bird did make it a complete meal for someone.
Extra crispy.
Dan Ben says, I don't have this episode as one of my favorites, even though it's about my favorite character.
Porthos?
The Travelers is Bird of Prey. Greetings, birds, salty turds, and Starfleet captains. Thank you, Traveler. And Dan Ben used to watch Inspector Gadget cartoon in the 90s, not the live action films.
No.
The Travelers is, what the hell is a Shiro? A She-Zero.
I don't know.
Use your imagination, Traveler. And Kronos says, I'm sorry, but Sherry got me all flustered.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
But I got an apology from her, Kronos. So, more than you had gotten from me. And Kronos says, of course I cheated. I ignored a lot of chat. And I'm going to cheat more, because we are going to get started now with Star Trek Enterprise, A Night in Sickbay. Now, heading over to the screening room. Anybody have anything you want to say before we start?
Oh, what is the race of Doctor Phlox?
Denobulan.
Denobulan's rule. Let's watch this.
Okay. And actually, this was pitched as an episode to get to know Dr. Phlox. We get to see a lot more about him. It is one of the few episodes where the captain and Dr. Phlox interact quite a bit. It was indeed considered a bottle episode, except for one scene. Everything takes place on the ship. And it was used to save money, but I always enjoyed it. So let's go ahead and get started. It's not a horror episode. Not a horror episode in the least. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have something. Yay! Starship around planet. The decon chamber.
Yeah, they're rubbing each other down. Oh, Porthos is also getting a rub down.
So for 12 hours, they were waiting to get a plasma injector, and they were basically kicked out. Porthos! You got to keep Porthos. So Archer lucks out. He's in the decon chamber with Hoshi, T'Pol, and Porthos. The no cheese rule. Aw. Poor dog. Jim's Landscape LLC, Qapla, Commodore Productions, and a video out.
Hey, Jim.
Check it out.
Getting from there to here. It's been a long run time, but my time is finally here. Something, dream live again. I will do the why. And I ain't gonna something now. And I ain't gonna funk my bunch. 'Cause it's been balloons. Anyway, you know the song.
I wasn't gonna interrupt.
No, I realized I was making an ass of myself, so I stopped.
The Travelers is Captain having a good time with 2 ladies and a dog. Well, the dog is just watching. Darth Maul says it should be called a tank episode instead of a bottle episode. Obvious reasons. True. Kronos has faith. Galactus X is here. Qapla Galactus. The Random Menace's fun fact: before playing Luke Skywalker in Episode 4, Mark Hamill had not seen any Star Wars movie.
Jennifer Lawrence did.
Addy in Stereo is in the house and says, my favorite Voyager episode.
Hey, Vaughn Armstrong.
We are also, by the way, live on kick.com today. So if you're on kick.com, welcome.
Cheers.
So Trip is really putting it in Archer to try to go back and get this component. They really need it.
Oh no! Porthos has COVID. Oh. See, this is the way medicine would work, though. I don't know if it's deadly. Never had a beagle in space before. Sorry.
Uh-oh. Blaming the Kreetassans. Now he should be offended.
Is Archer going to blow up a planet because Porthos got sick?
I would give him a pass.
Me too. I'm just asking, like, spoilers.
I'm sorry, these people are offended by the dumbest things.
Who?
That sound like 2023, United States.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? As a man who has a dog, putting my hand into that glove to pet my dog would be so unsatisfying and would make me sad.
Yes.
The Traveler says Doctor Phlox still scares him.
Makes sense. Remember that episode where Wesley falls into the garden and then they want to kill him?
Well, it'd be more acceptable to kill Wesley than Porthos.
That's where I was going, and thank you for getting to the punchline quicker.
Jim's Landscape said he had 6 beagles. Wow. Well, I definitely know that a home with 1 beagle is more likely to have more than one. And yes, Dan, the episode is about a dog pissing on a tree.
Oh, I forgot about Captain Archer's obsession with water polo.
Not an obsession. It's just a healthy.
Well, no, it's his
reverence.
sport. I forgot that it was his sport.
Oh, the empty Porthos bed. See, now this is a captain who loves his dog.
Yeah.
He's going to come sleep in sickbay.
He'll know. Dude.
Obviously picked the one closest to the dog.
You would.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Scott Bakula is the television version of Harrison Ford.
I could see that.
Also, I understand. Hey, that looks like an animatronic dog.
Yeah.
That's just a dummy dog.
I think so.
I'm fine with it. I'm just saying, hey, look at that.
Well, it's better that than trapping a poor pup in there. Oh, it would be sad.
See, and if it was my dog, I would curl up beside the incubator or whatever the shit he's in.
Yeah.
I swear. What's going on? Oh my god. Does Porthos turn into an attack beagle? It's the Kazon. Oh, that's gross. I wish it were the Kazon. Oh, I forgot denobulins don't sleep on the same schedule.
Yeah, he doesn't sleep.
Right. Oh, stop it. It's gross. Anybody who said they like Doctor Phlox, I retract your statement.
You have to learn alien cultures.
What's he doing? He's feeding the toenails. You know what? This is just my, Homo sapien bias. This is gross. I don't like this at all. No wonder people don't like this. But, it's my own prejudices that make me disgusted by an alien species. I don't think it's their fault. I think it's mine. There we are. Oh, I do like the Phlox, CGI smile. I wish they had done that there. I believe the best special effect of this entire episode is the fact that T'Pol's breasts do not bounce. Sorry to be rude, but I pay attention to these things because T'Pol, Jolene Blaylock, is a very attractive lady. Does she lift? What season is this? First?
Second.
Okay.
Beginning of the second.
Is Archer still, is he still wary of Vulcans?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's a competition.
For the Vulcan rebirth hasn't happened yet.
Right. With T'Pau. How did you feel about
T'Pau? I knew about T'Pau.
Yeah, but like with how did you feel about Archer being sort of integrated into the history of T'Pau?
I mean, considering how powerful T'Pau was and how long they lived, I was okay with it.
Sure. Me too. Oh.
He wasn't winning any fans. Oh boy. I'm not sleeping, John Street.
We haven't heard him make up any chats yet. Or snore.
This is my favorite episode of Quantum Leap. What? Yeah. There you go. Yes.
The traveler misses the good old days when I'd put on a movie and fall asleep halfway through.
Well, Bird, congratulations on watching better movies. I told the Kreetassans to go F themselves because they screwed with my dog. I'm going to start a whole war.
The Random Menace misses those movie streams too.
What a lovely water faucet. It's Hawaiian Punch.
Beagle Heaven.
Tucker already told you that you're being a bullheaded weirdo. What? Well, Phlox is asexual. He could blow him.
The Traveler says, what if Archer went full John Wick when someone kills his dog and smashes his ship up? That would be an episode I'd watch, but very sad.
Oh, what an unfortunate looking species. Like, people who aren't watching, imagine a crab with hair, but purple. This looks like an animated series design. It's great. I love it. Like, is that skull that it's just exposed without skin? Are their skulls purple? Thank you, Hoshi.
Maybe it's transparent.
All right. I don't know.
Partially transparent.
You know what? Seeing an alien species is always jarring for me. Bats! So does Dr. Phlox just wear pajamas to work all the time?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. It's fine. It's his culture. Oh, now Sam has a net.
The Traveler wants to make that idea into an Enterprise movie.
Oh, that's actually really good CGI for the bat thing.
LDG says another puppet. I don't think that counts as a puppet.
I don't know.
I wouldn't.
I don't know. I thought it was CGI. Well, the puppet that Phlox is using, that's
like, did they just how did they get this giant origami?
That's what denobulins do. They're very good at folding paper.
Stick. I mean, this is
It's
before
in
replicators.
Rick Sternbach made like 3 books about denobulin origami. Oh no, the ketchup. No, wait, that was Vatic.
Oh God.
Dookie, caw. Yes. Deadly. Oh. Oh my God. What if she turns into the alien queen? He's gonna have to get like a power loader suit.
Maybe seal the doors.
He should. Like, yeah. When was the last time you had coitus? Well, shouldn't we seal off the deck? Oh my God, get off my back. I haven't been laid in a while. Go away. What do you want me to do about it right now? I am not attracted to Paul. Everyone keeps saying that.
Why do you think I keep sending you on away missions to put you in the decon chamber together?
Everyone knows I'm hot for Hoshi. This is when Captain Archer realized that criminals were a cowardly lot. Hey, see? Hoshi knows what to do.
If Hoshi works all night, why is she also on the bridge in the morning?
She's a very, like, Hoshi's high strung. Wouldn't you agree? I don't want to cast
He's eager to
aspersions.
please.
But I think that's fueled by her curiosity. And also, she wants to find her place. And I think she ultimately does. More so than Reed. Reed is far more sort of imposter syndrome than Hoshi. Hoshi works and achieves at her position on Enterprise. Reed tries so hard.
See, but like Hoshi, she was begged to come on this. Where
Yeah.
Reed like had to like, I don't think Reed was begged. Reed was probably begging to come.
Yeah.
Like Hoshi should have said, not only do I come, but I want to be a lieutenant off the bat.
Right.
None of this
But I think
instant
that
bullshit.
if I'm going to compare it, why is he Catholic?
It's a dream.
Oh, is Porthos?
The traveler says, all right, off to work later, guys. Later, traveler.
See you,
Be
traveler.
safe.
So this
and
is
Random
just...
Menace wears pajamas when he oversleeps. It's acceptable in the home office.
So this is just like a fantasy? Why? And they have to go back into the decon chamber? Or is he remembering? Yeah, no, he's remembering rubbing his dog. This is weird. So this is all just a fantasy.
It's Porthos' fantasy.
Let me just finger dab this gel container. Yes, that is a female spine of the Vulcan variety. There's a 99% chance that Ziggy wants you to tap that booty. Why do you need mosquito nets?
Well, at least he changed his clothes.
We have replicated a new golem android body for Porthos, at which point we have transferred his memories. Speaking of, I brought flapjacks. That's a weird priority as a captain of a starship. Like, does this episode get sexier? Is it going to be just about relationship wants?
Would you believe me if I told you I don't remember?
I don't remember. That's why I'm asking, sir.
I know more what happens about with the dog.
Does he live? Spoilers. We're making soup. Haven't you ever seen The Abyss? 7. Oh. Oh. I am fine with that. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I don't get it. You want to keep your gerbil. Agreed. Be a man. Be aloof. Mm-hmm. Phlox is a pimp. There you go. Bingo. Yeah. Well. But how many people were going to say knives? Thank you.
His son submitted a paper, and then Alara's father got him laughed out of his job, and he's going to go back to Salea and make him serve him soup with his hand from a boiling pot. Yes, Galactus. That was Orville. Thank you.
I do appreciate that Phlox makes me understand an alien more. Oh no, what is this? What is this? This is like lumberjack challenge. He's making cookies. Look at those skulls. Oh boy. Brought to you by... It had a headphone jack. Did you see that? That pad had a headphone jack. I do appreciate Trip looking at him and being like, see, it was that easy. You got to use an alien chainsaw. It's fun times.
I think that was actually an Enterprise chainsaw. Oh, she asked if they had one earlier.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You're right. Yes. That was a great way for T'Pol to say, yeah, no, totes, I would, but seriously, dude, we work together. We can't. That was the best way. If I ever had a lady say no, I would like T'Pol to be the one who said it that way. Because she was like, I would, but no.
But you're the captain and you can't, so.
But the way she said it, she
I
almost
know.
heard it.
I know.
But to
So
Paul,
it was a compliment while
isn't
also
it
being
logical
diplomatic.
that the captain needs?
Yeah. Well, now
Certain
she's
things.
aware of Jonathan's, physical needs as a human, irrational as they may be. But she's like, I get it. You know what? I'll find someone for you, but not me. Can we let him out of the fucking box? Sorry about the swear. Hey, it's a real dog.
This is when they had to put food on
Yay!
his face.
Good bacon. He's got a band-aid on his head. That's weird. Whoa, no, I forgot the head drilling. Thank you, doctor. Yay! CGI smile. Really? Is that supposed to be one of the worst episodes of Star Trek?
Supposedly,
I
for
liked
a lot
it.
of people.
All right. What really stands out as being awful?
I guess the whole idea that this was all because Porthos pissed on a tree.
Wesley broke a garden.
And
I have to say that watching New Trek has given me a new appreciation for some of these episodes that I didn't used to care for.
Agreed. No argument. Brought to you by
it was also
Lucille
supposed to be
Ball.
a very humorous episode. People felt like a lot of the jokes didn't work.
I think it's, well, I don't know. It seemed innocuous to me. Like, it didn't seem like it was doing anything. It was highlighting something through the titillation of early 2000s television. The decon chamber is obviously something that is made to make people want to watch Scott Bakula rub down a dog. Like, for some reason, in the early 2000s, they really tapped into that furry culture.
Jarmy Essakan of Jammer's Reviews called it easily the dumbest concept for an episode of Star Trek since Voyager's holodeck was hijacked by the residents of Fairhaven.
Fairhaven sucks.
And
this
gave
is
it
better
a
than
score of
Fairhaven.
1 out of 4. He felt the episode made a mockery of the characters, and some of the situations they were placed in were just ridiculous.
Disagree.
In his 2022 rewatch, Keith DeCandio of Tor.com gave it a 0 out of 10.
Why? A 0?
0 out of 10? He's an idiot.
Like, I can understand not liking this episode, but if you don't like this episode, the lowest I will go is a 4. Maybe a 3.
IGN called it the hands down worst show of the season.
Okay. It seems excessive.
And
I'd
Tech
have to rewatch
Republic
the entire season.
included the episode on their list of the 5 worst episodes of Enterprise. Sci-Fi Now magazine listed it as the third worst episode of the series.
Like,
And we'd
this
have to see
episode is
what the
better
other-
than Spock's brain. Disagree? Like, I think that this is.
I think. Well, I don't hate Spock's brain.
Neither do I. Like, it's definitely better than an alternative factor.
Yes.
So to put it in the top 10 worst episode of Star Trek, okay, fine. I need to see the rest of your list. But this is not, and the children shall lead.
Kronos, of course, is going brain. Where is brain? Jim's Landscape gives us an 8. LDG says it's a great episode.
I give it a 7. That would be my out of 10. I give on Night in Sickbay a 7. It explores the characters, and it also explores Phlox, and also, like, I think it's fine. There's science, there's a whole thing, and then the diplomacy. And I just recently watched Metamorphosis, where Dr. McCoy says to Captain Kirk, it's like, you spent so much time being a soldier, you forgot what it was like to be a diplomat. And I liked it. The only interaction between Archer and Trip is Trip saying, dude, just go.
Admiral Teague asks, what's worse? Children shall lead or patterns of force?
Children.
Children shall lead every time. Honestly, I kind of like patterns of force. I don't know that's my top 5, but it's top 20.
Patterns of Force is an interesting thought experiment, and so I look forward to talking about it. I think it's going to be like in 2 weeks' times on.
Really?
Jill. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, no, it's definitely something worth talking about. Kronos is better than the Salamander Voyager episode. Yes, I'd say it's better than Threshold. Yeah.
Threshold.
Threshold just got bad towards the end. There's I have a lot of problems with Threshold.
My biggest problem with Threshold is the reset at the end of the episode, because they just they took a absolute constant of what Star Trek fans understand as being warp 10, and they just were like, I don't know, mutants.
Well, my problem with it is that they don't understand the difference between like the sound barrier, the light speed barrier, and warp 10. Like, warp 10 is not a barrier, it's infinite speed.
Right.
You didn't break a barrier, you literally went infinite speed, that you were everywhere in the universe at the same time.
Have you ever done a show on Threshold?
No.
Oh, if you ever do one, yeah, I'd like to do it. Okay, if I could tag along, if I could thumb a ride, I would love to watch that episode and discuss it.
You have to properly say it. It's the Emmy award-winning Threshold.
Well, because of makeup.
Makeup, you're right.
Michael West.
But it still has an Emmy.
So does William Shatner. But it's not about the accreditation of worth, of value, of quality. It's a matter of the fans liking it. Like, people, come on. We just watched an episode that a lot of people said that is the worst in the world.
Which
and
I don't
I'm
understand.
And that's, I don't either. And so I watch this and I'm like, no, it's fun. I don't understand why you're mad at it. And so when I watch, like, and I haven't seen Threshold in a long time, I would love to watch it again and be like, why are so many people mad at this? Now, there is an exception to the rule, and that is Tuvix. I understand why people are mad at Tuvix. But, like, Threshold, it's just silly. This, A Night in Sickbay, I actually think it's great for the character of everyone on the ship. So, except for Reed, because he's not in it.
Captain, did I miss your comment? Your 14-month in a row?
Yes, you did.
Karogan Orphan, Hail on Karoga. Apologies, Captain.
Correct.
Sorry about that.
You were busy.
And Cinnabon Bunny was also, I missed him. Said, fun fact, the original story for this episode was Porthos almost dies from being traumatized by being in the decon chamber with Hoshi.
Oh, yeah, no. Asian fever.
Hoshi took Porthos' house and tried to cook him. That was
I was
the
in
original
Vietnam,
plot.
and the most terrified of all of the animals were the dogs. So I can understand how dogs would be attracted to ladies of the Orient. It's a dominance thing. Anyway, I feel that I'm being inappropriate for the time of day.
Admiral Teague says, if this is the episode, the one where the doctor keeps a log for a colleague is not bad at all. That's a different episode. Now, that's a great episode. Where, yeah, I think we've already had that one. That was a season 1 episode. Resolute says, Bird, if you ever get to Voyager, you need to skip Threshold. Oh, no.
No.
No, quite the opposite.
I'm actually currently looking up thumbnails to find out how I can get Bird of Prey 5 over on a show to talk about that episode specifically.
What are thumbnails going to do?
I entice you. It's advertising.
Very good way of doing that.
Don't worry,
Let me know
you'll
if
see
it
all the
works.
copy. It won't. It won't. No one ever takes my invitations.
As long as the timing is okay, I would totally.
I would be a fan of it.
Yeah, I would talk about Threshold. I got some issues with Threshold I want to get out there.
I haven't seen it in so long. It would be nice to watch it with fresh eyes.
Bruno says, what is a Bird of Prey 5? 47 Yorktowns is hashtag Janeway did nothing wrong with some lizards.
She fell in love with an Irishman on the holodeck. That's wrong enough for me.
Then she edited him to her specifications. She was like, oh, computer, make him a little taller, change his eye color.
Make him not married.
Exactly. Get rid of the wife. Probably make some other changes off screen.
Of course.
And Admiral T says he watched Threshold last night. It's some weird stuff. Chrono says that it's more Scottish than Irish. No. Whatever. Anyway, so that has been A Night in Sickbay. I'll go through and see if we got any parting words from everybody. Mr. Lundell?
Been in analysis mode. People forget the basic or the prime tenet of a lot of these episodes was there was no federation, there was no prime directive, things like that. There's no way in hell Kirk would have beamed down to a planet with a dog. Cisco, Picard, Janeway, none of them would have beamed down to a planet with an alien animal to that environment.
Oh, it's wildly
But this
irresponsible
guy
for sure.
did it. See, that was the thing. You got to remember, okay, this is before they had all of those rules, and for good reason. See, and his first officer keeps advising him not to do this shit, but he's bullheaded. Okay,
Yeah.
he loves a fucking dog more than anything, so he brings the dog with him into a strange environment. You know, he
Strange
could have
world.
killed the bacteria in the dog could have killed everybody on that planet.
Agreed.
See?
No, you're absolutely correct.
Well, no, they talked about how they looked over the dog's genome and whatever. I mean, it looked like all that stuff got cleared with the alien scientists. Phlox, Phlox and them were in communication. It's not that he just beamed down without any advanced warning.
Well, they don't beam. Like at this point in Star
That's
Trek history,
true.
they're all on shuttles.
Okay, yeah, they presumably they went down in the shuttle, but yeah, I mean, they did discuss it. They had warning that the dog was coming, and they cleared Porthos to land on their planet.
And even if you want to say exterior understanding or acceptance of Porthos, like T'Pol is not a Porthos fan. T'Pol can smell Porthos, and to her, Porthos smells bad. And so if anything that she thought was more pungent than usual, she probably would have said, I don't think it's a good idea. It is a grace that she had given, and she is a logical mind. So she would have said, you know what? Your dog smells too bad to go down there. She probably identified and assessed and said, I don't like it, but I can't think of a medical reason why not.
Kronos brings up a good point. What does T'Pol smell like?
Lilac. No, wait, that's Worf.
Good question, Kronos.
I don't know. What do you think? Like, if you had a guess, what does T'Pol smell like?
Well, I mean,
I'm going to say patchouli.
I would say best we have to go off of is that she has no odor.
How does T'Pol smell? With her nose.
Oh, we lost somebody. We lost Captain Phantom Nerd.
Oh no.
Captain, if you want to come back, welcome. Ms. Lundell, is there anything else you want to say before we go?
That was kind of it. I was saving it up for the right time, and I thought that was the right time, because to me everybody keeps missing the point with a lot of this stuff.
Am I
but
one
I
of the people
digress.
Mr. Lundell, do I miss the point?
It's the way I look at this. It's the way I read books, watch television programs. It tends to be a little bit different.
Fair enough. Also, by the way, I really enjoyed watching Charade.
Oh, okay.
Didn't you have a showing?
Yeah.
It was a good time.
I was busy.
I love Walter Matthau.
Okay.
Yeah. So what did I give it? 7 out of 10? I think that's good. It was a happiness pie of being in decontamination chambers and sickbay. I enjoy Dr. Phlox as a character, and it's always a joy and a pleasure to see Scott Bakula, television's Harrison Ford, work. I love him. I think he's great. He's my second favorite actor after John Hamm. So anyway, thank you for allowing me to be a part of the rewatch. A Night in Sickbay. It is one of the episodes that I would call my jam.
Nice. Anything else you want to say before we go?
Nah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out. It's Wednesday. I will see you guys again Friday Bed Life, 4 p.m. And till then, Qapla All, Bird and Panel out.